Greetings guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fonette and this is my channel Evolve with Fonette. So glad to have you sharing some energy with me today. For those of you that are new here, I'm a professional intuitive empath and I wanted to talk to you about carrying on a legacy. In all of our connections and in all of the places that, excuse me guys, we interact with people, we can sometimes have these little moments. And I had the most amazing thing happen. Something that I had completely forgot about resurfaced from someone who is deceased, someone who had passed away. And before they passed away, you know how someone, like when they're at their best part of themselves, will do something really lovely? Well, before they passed away, they left me a really lovely gift, right? And this, I definitely would say, was them at their best. And I forgot I had this. I thought I had done all the things that you need to do after a loved one passes, someone that used to know or someone that used to love passes. And so, dearly beloved, in Memoriam, I found this and I thought I would share it with you. And what I would do is quick snippets, and so there may be many junctions of this video, okay, that come up. But someone that loved me before they passed did something so incredible, such a kind gesture. Our love languages were different. And yeah, I'm bearing the lead, guys. Our love languages were different. And so I taught them my love language and I learned theirs. And when things were good, we had this amazing moment where they connected with me in my love language, which is words of affirmation. That's my primary love language. Ta-da! Hence, I have a channel. Hence, I talk all the time for a living. So this was such a lovely kind of gesture, and again, buried away. And probably had I found it at a different time, it would not have made it here. But my angels really dealt with me, and they said, in order for you to move on from the past, no matter good or bad, or who is still here, deceased, loved or not, you have to reconcile with all parts, not just the negative, right? And so this is an offering from someone's soul when they were still here on earth and incarnate. This is what they did. They gave me a pumpkin, and I love these colors. Sacral chakra, having to do with orange, it's our sexual energy, it's our creativity. Heart chakra, green, which is about healing, Archangel Raphael. And then yellow, which is about our solar plexus, self-esteem, and associated with the sign of Leo. So they gave this to me, and they wrote, because words out of their own mouth, not always the easiest thing to do, but they did honor me with this. And I will tell you, it doesn't matter how long they've been gone. This was such a precious thing, and you can't erase those moments. So I thought I would share it with you. So that's my preamble. Maybe I will do a few, and let's see what you take from it. Some of them I still hadn't opened because they passed away at a time, and you know how painful that is when someone's passing away. Their death was slow, and when someone's passing away, it like, you can't look at the things that are going to make you sad later. But now I'm not sad. I don't have any attachments beyond feeling like, how cool that this is the remnants of all that maybe was there. Now, so we'll open one. Green for Archangel Raphael. These were little messages, and so they may be important for you. Your brother loves you. Someone needs to hear that today. Your brother loves you. Another one. You are funny. You always make me smile. Someone may need to hear that today. You are beautiful inside and out. For whoever needed that, that is for you. We were born barefoot because we are meant to walk on holy ground. William Paul Jans. That one. That one. That one, that one, that one. That one, I'll skip. That one was more personal. But let's see what else. You are a child of God. For those of you that may have forgotten your origins and orientations, you are a child of God. You are a fashionista, in case somebody here needs to know. You are a fashionista. You don't take shortcuts. I love that one. You don't take shortcuts. That's powerful. I don't take shortcuts. And maybe for whoever's listening, you should know that about yourself. You don't take shortcuts. The premise behind this, beyond connecting with me in my love language, was that the person said that their angels advised them to find a way to let them communicate to me the things that God wanted them to know about me, meaning like whatever channeled message she got and the things that she felt. But I want you to know that for you today, if you're in a moment and you're not feeling so kind of balanced, that this is for you too, to know that you are loved. And that's why I wanted to share it. It's like, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. I feel like Prince should be playing. I don't feel sad, because the thing about loving someone and then losing them is that there are moments like this where you have the memory of what you lost, of what you had and what you lost. I have a reading coming up next, a live one probably, about that. Excuse me. You are mindful. Indeed, I am. We'll pull another one. Sacral chakra energy. Let's see how this will juice this up for us. You are honest. All of our relationships with people that cross over can be complicated. In fact, I am honest to a fault, to a T. And even though this is a person that I love dearly, there were issues with honesty. So the irony, several years after they've passed away, to find this, it's like the souls always understood our mission. It makes me feel even more validated in the work that we have done. You are extremely patient. My. I feel like this is so funny. I did not open these. My God, was God getting me ready for the test I would have? You know, some of us here watching don't have the best memories of loved ones that have passed, or we have glimmers or snaps of it. To get this message from beyond, from the person telling me how extremely patient I was, is the greatest, it's the greatest eye wink from God. He knew the whole time. Extremely is underlined, I might add, and oh my God, in the years before they passed, it was, and this is not about the passing itself, this is about their energy before. Oh my God, that extreme was tested. You don't apologize for who you are. I will be so candid with you that in this relationship, even though this person wrote this and meant it with every fiber of their heart, they wanted me to apologize for who I was. And yes, they are crossed over, but I stood my bloody ground, just like she has said in these other notes. And that became an issue. I didn't apologize, and I wasn't embarrassed, and I wasn't ashamed. And for someone listening, the very same may be true of you and your name. You are intricately and perfectly made. A quote from Le Bible. You are seen, heard, valued, and loved. I love this one. This is one that I previously opened, as you can see from the bend. It's not in scroll shape. I put it back in here because I loved it so much. For my empaths out there, a message from the person that I used to know and loved. You, or all of these things, is what your angels want you to know to the person watching. You are seen, you are heard, you are valued and loved. This is the goodness that we can be as humans. I have shared stories, and I have written a book, where I can and have explored the dark, cravenous, insidious side of a personality. But that's the thing about us humans, we are surprising. We are both light and dark. We are both anger, shame, pain, happiness, joy, and deep soul connections. I can't say, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today and not acknowledge that this person in my life did not have a part to play, even if it wasn't always positive. But here before us, we have the positivity. Clarify this. You are a powerful, sexy, independent woman. Another thing that we can often be persecuted for, sweet empaths. See, I'm unapologetically myself, and myself is imperfect. The person that is dad used to say to me, perfectly imperfect. That's what she said she was. And I always thought it was balderdash when she said it, but it's like one of those like trite Instagram, platitudes. But the truth is, don't apologize for being your powerful, sexy, and independent self, no matter what size you're in, no matter what color skin you're in, no matter what sexual orientation or ethnicity. You deserve to exist and exude whatever it is that you want to. You are grateful. Grateful, grateful, grateful. I love it on this yellow paper. The intuition that she had. There were moments where she had brilliance. Everybody that comes into our life brings us sparks of joy. And this was one of the kindest, sweetest things that she ever did for me. And it was simple and it was free, guys. I feel like don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Monetti from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from, and I'm grateful. And I am grateful. I'm grateful, and sometimes it's the simplest things that are so memorable, and that's why I wanted to share this with you. There may be a part 2 because there's so many more left, and I was just in the mood to do that. My angels have been giving me so many beautiful messages. There have been so many magical things happening, and they said in order for you to move on, you have to even be peaceful and make peace with the dead. That's the thing about the dead. We don't get to go back and have a conversation with them. We don't get to figure out what was going on in their mind or hear it from their voice and in their words. When they've crossed over, the contact is cut. Whether that is actually, emotionally, spiritually, or figuratively, there are no backseas in death, yeah? It is the final unknown. And in order for me to grow and to teach, I had to dive back here and remember that there was a person that I loved, not just an adversary, not just a soul karmic testing for me. We both tested perhaps each other, but what I realize here is that there was a good part at some point in it. And I know that this is my influence. Guys, that's my Leo energy. This is not something that she would have done, and that's what I want to teach you about energy transmutation and connection. Because I insisted that she loved me in a way that I could feel it, giving you something you can feel. I'm thinking of En Vogue. She rose to the occasion. There's a message here for somebody about raising your expectations of your spouse, your partner, your friends, because this is not who she started out as. In fact, this would have been an incredible balderdash to her at the beginning. She was not capable of this, but she grew. And in my relationship with her, I grew too. She challenged me to grow as well. We both had different teaching styles, to say the least. But my God, I think both of us did the most growth. Anyway, I don't know. I can't speak for her growth. I saw the growth here. I don't know what happened afterwards. And maybe on the other side, she's growing too. Let's continue. You are a superb listener. That's what makes me really good at my job. I'm taking in the fine details. I really feel like that's it. Okay, one more. Yeah, one more. We'll come back another time and see what else. You desire the highest good for the human race. Couldn't be a better way to end it. That is precisely why I'm here. That is why I do the job that I do. That is why I work with you guys. That is why I love you. That is why I'm grateful for you. That's why I stand in my boldness and my independence, because I do have a job to do, and I want all of us to raise our vibration. If that person had not passed away, I would want for her to raise her vibration. Sometimes we don't get to be with someone on their whole journey. When someone crosses over, I'm not trying to be smug, but there was an energy of, there were choices made, unfortunately. I'm always going to tell the truth. As you heard in some of these scrolls, I am honest to a fault. And what the movie that's coming to mind is Death Becomes Her. In the tarot, the scorpionic energy is death, rebirth, and transformation. And anytime you encounter someone with that high vibration of scorpionic energy, even if it's a low vibrational Scorpio or scorpionic energy, death will become you. It puts to death if they are not. See, Scorpio can elevate you, but also completely deteriorate and disintegrate you. And it just depends on what you get. And unfortunately, in the situation of the person that we are eulogizing, death became her, and it infected every part of her life. And sometimes we can't outrun our destinies or our fates, but it makes me happy because at the end, not for what happened, because it was tragic, but it makes me realize the adage of, is it better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all? Well, you can see from these scrolls that at some point there was love. Even in a relationship that didn't end well, there was love. Even in a person that's no longer with us, there was love. There was love. And so the hopeless romantic Leo in me says it was in fact better to have loved and to have lost than to never have loved at all. You know? Often when someone leaves our life, depending on how they leave, we get rid of all of the things. And I'm grateful that my angels tuck something away so that I'm out of the anger and the impulsiveness. I'm out of the retribution and the revenge. I hope life treats whoever needs to have heard this tonight well. But mostly, guys, I don't know. It just feels to me like this was like a little gift. It was like all planned out. I wouldn't have done this in my own way. You guys have watched various levels of grief with various relationships if you've been on this channel that I've gone through in the last few years. And this was all angelic intervention at a time when my life is amazing and getting better every day. And then they said the cherry on the cake is now we're going to walk you through what any real teacher needs to understand, that in order to move forward, you have to truly reconcile with a thing, forgive it, and then begin to embody the next part of your life that you've manifested and move on. But that doesn't mean that you don't forget that there used to be a place where you belonged. God is so good. We will revisit the rest of these at another day as I am led. It was so good sharing some energy with you. I feel better. I feel lighter. I feel grateful. I feel grateful. Even in this, finding this was like, it was validation. You know, sometimes these soulmates of ours do gaslight, but this was evidence. And also, it was cathartic. Thank you for sharing that very intimate, personal moment with me as we celebrated someone who was at a point in my life spectacular. And maybe as they're on their sojourn wherever they are in the cosmos, they'll be spectacular again. Who knows? Come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together.